So today our topic was this control statements, if, case, do, while, and the control program sequence statement, this continue, check, exit. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So because you have done already many developments, so you might be already aware about this control statement, because this
Yes.
is
Control
being
statement. Yes.
in every kind of programming languages. This is the means main part.
Basic. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought you don't want to give more time, so already I have created one
Makes sense.
program. Yeah, so already I have created one program last week, and we will just check that one.
Sure.
This one, I think, jet Kasha control, classical report, PK control statement, this one. So, okay. Double click. So this program I have created already. So just I'm going to explain it. Let me know if you have any doubt. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So this is our report. This statement is important. If we don't have this statement, this report statement, the editor won't be able to understand what is this. So first, our foremost statement starts with the report keyword. Okay.
Okay.
And then we have to give the program name. Automatically it populates the program name. Whatever we are going to create that program name, here it will be populated. Then come to the parameters. Parameters is nothing but suppose if you want to input any value on selection screen. So for giving the value on the selection screen, we use the parameters keyword, and which will allow to enter our input on the selection screen. So this is the P control, that parameter name I have. This is the technical name. This P control is the technical name for the parameters, and the technical type is Char1. Suppose
Okay.
if we run the program, you can see here on selection screen this P control is coming, and here this Char1 is appearing. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose if you make it Char4, then we have to activate it. Effect, and the 4-character space is here, right?
Yes.
Now this is the technical name. Suppose if you want to give some beautiful name, then for that we have to create we have to this copy this one and click F5, or just we have to go to go to text element, and then selection text we have to select here, and we can give here the name. Give your input. Okay, save it, activate it. Fine, F3. So now this is the technical name, and that user friendly name will appear now. See, give your input, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So for that, what we have to do, we have to click over this P control. We have to go to
Text
the
element.
second, yeah, text element, and we can select anyone, any, but the selection text, because for this is the parameter, so we have to select this selection text. Suppose if we are going to select this list heading, then nothing will happen. This kind of a screen will come. Just we have to navigate to other screen. We somewhere we will be able to find our P control, and we have to give
Mm-hmm.
just our name over there if we don't remember. Okay,
Okay.
fine. So this is our technical names which we are going to use in our program. So here, this is our loop statement. While is a loop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So while will be ended with end while. While and end while is a block. This is a
Mm-hmm.
syntax for while. So
Yeah.
if you write while, automatically SAP will suggest to or end while also SAP will suggest you, and we have to give this dot is mandatory. Full stop is mandatory.
Okay.
So this is why what I'm doing here, P control is less than 3. So uh, how while works? While works like it checks the condition statement. If it is true, then it will come inside. Otherwise, it will come out of the loop. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So fine. So shall I explain it or this is fine for you? Like, do you want me to
This
go
is
here and give some input and then again run, or means this is okay for you? Because for fresher, what I
it's
do, I take
no, it's okay. It's okay. I know
yeah
exactly how while works. Yeah.
yeah. Because if you know already this how it works, then I think we can skip it, right?
We can, yes.
Yeah, fine then. So this is while and end
Do
while.
yeah, do is
Yeah.
also fine.
Yeah, so this syntax is do p control times. So whatever we will give on selection screen, suppose 5 we will give, then do 5 times. 5 times it will print 3. Okay,
Yes.
and uh,
Case statement, yes.
case statement. Yes, this is the case statement. So this
Mm-hmm.
syntax is like case, and we
Yep.
have to give. Yeah, so suppose if we are going to uh, give the case the value, suppose from selection screen, if we are giving 3, then it will print others. Okay, so just once I'm willing to show
Uh,
you.
when you select three, it will write three.
Yeah, when we will select 3
If
it
it
will
is
write 3. When we will
less
select
than
4 it
three
will.
or anything other than one, two, and three, it will write others. Yeah. Got it.
Correct, right. Anything other than 1 2 3 it will
Mm-hmm.
write others, right? So just once I show you. Activate it. As you told, if you are going to give 3 it will print 3. Fine.
Yes.
Suppose if you are going to give 5, then it will print others,
Others.
right? Fine, this is the control statements, and then uh,
If then.
if and end if. This is
Yep.
our if and end if. So this checks the condition. If it is true, then it will write the 1. Similarly, this is also for the if condition.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how works if and else. How, what
Yes.
is the
Yes.
mechanism of working if and else, right?
Yes. Yes.
If this is not true, then it will come in this, right?
Yes. Yes.
Fine. And
Nested if.
this one also
Nested
you
if.
know it.
Yeah. Yes.
If,
Yes. It is.
else if, else
Yep.
and end if, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now one question I would like to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the difference between this if, else if, this block of a statement and this if statement? Suppose we have one requirement like when we are going to give on selection screen 3, then it should write 3. Okay, and if we are going to give 2, it should write 2.
Hmm.
So you have to create one fresh program. What should be your approach for that? Like how you are means what? How would you do?
So the requirement is pretty clear that it's a nested if is what you need, or double if, where if the parameter is 2, then it is 2. If it is not 2, then it is that, right? So you can.
If that is true, yeah, if that is true, then it should be 2. And
Hmm.
if it is 3, then it should be 3. If it is 4, then it will be 4. Otherwise, it should be something else, others. So we have
Yeah.
three input only, 2, 3, and 4. And
Hmm.
apart from 2, 3, and 4, we have to print anything else, others.
Yeah, so it would be a nested if basically, where if parameter is 2,
Mm.
write 2, else if parameter is 3, write 3, else if parameter is write 4, then write 4, and then towards the end last, it would say write others basically, else others. That's it.
Correct. Correct. So this is the if else if this block we are going to use this one. Fine.
Yes,
So
exactly.
nested
Yeah,
this nested
nested
if
if.
block, yeah,
Hmm.
nested if block we will be using. So fine,
Yes.
that is fine. Why we can't use like if this p control is equal to 1, write 1. If p control is equal to 2, write 2. If p control is equal to 3, write 3. And then if p control is neither of these p control 1, 2, or 3, then write others. Means every time, why we should not use if?
Um, Good question. It doesn't stop us from writing one way or the other. There are just
Mm-hmm.
benefits of writing if then nested ifs, because it is
Mm-hmm.
less number of codes, less number of writing, all of that. Other than
Mm-hmm.
that, there is no real benefit. You can write multiple ifs, or you can write nested if.
The main benefit we're missing. The main benefit the main
Mhm,
benefit is
mhm,
what every time the program has to check p control. Every time program has to compare with the given input.
mhm.
Every time
I see
this
what you're
if will
saying.
be
It
executed,
will
but
it will check for 4 times to come up to the other value, versus in the nested if, as soon as it finds it,
yeah.
it can abort and continue, and hence from performance perspective nested if is better. Yes.
Correct, correct. Yes, yes. That is the one of the most important difference. That is the in fact most important difference that we have to use this one means
This nested if.
if else. Yes, yes. And
Okay.
also nowadays I have seen the trend over the nested if. People is now recommending this case statement. This also behaves like this one in the same way. So from performance point of means from performance perspective, this also fine. This is also in the same way around
In
like
the same
this.
way as nested is in
Yeah,
nested if. Yes.
yes. And also what happens in this readability increases in this case and means in case statement readability is better than this if and else
Yes.
if. Suppose you have thousands of case statement. In that case
Hmm.
means you have to write the code also less. Writing code is
Yeah.
also less and means it
Yes.
takes also less space on editor and
Agreed.
readability is also better. So this
Yes.
is also okay.
Hmm.
So,
So, yeah.
and you know the continue statement like how the continue work.
Uh, Vaguely remember it. Yes.
You remember or shall I just refresh it?
Let's refresh it real quick.
Okay, fine. So let me comment out all this part. So suppose we have let us select Matner, some more field. Let us take SC, go to SC11, go to Mara, press F7, it will display. So going to select the Matner and then 2 or 3 more field. We have to create the types as well to hold the tables. So what we can do, better, let us copy all this, place here. This is not required. I'm going to create the type, a structure to hold the table element. Just write type. So the types is the keyword. For a structure, we generally use TS. TS Mara we can write. We can write begin of. This is the syntax. Give the comma, 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 end of TS underscore Mara. Click on preprinter. Fine. So this type I have declared. So now I'm going to select Matner, ERSDA, ERNAM, and then LAEDA. Okay, Mitul?
Yep.
This parameters is fine, let it be. Into, so we are going to select some records into a table. So what we have to write here, we have to write here table. Okay, and for holding all the records we require one internal table. So we have to create one internal table. We can create lt underscore Mara type a standard table of or type table of, both is same. Standard table of ts underscore Mara. This is the syntax for creating the internal table. So into lt underscore table up to 10 rows, just for demonstrating the continue or check statement. Nowhere clause, nothing, just we need 10 records into this. Let me check if the record is coming or not. I'm putting here a hard breakpoint. Fine, nothing is there. This is called hard breakpoint. Okay, save it,
Sure.
check it. This is not allowed here since it contains an invalid characters. Okay, yes, from table we have to write from Mara. Fine. LT table is unknown. LT table, LT Mara I have used. LT Mara I should use. Fine. Fine. While writing the code, if you get any doubt, please let me know. Okay.
Sure.
So this is our breakpoint. I'm going to execute this one just to check. We don't have to give any input here. We don't require. Just I'm willing to check whether all the record is coming properly or not. click on LT Mara, 10 records is coming here and 4 fields are there. This is the end date, this is the name, this is the
Mm-hmm.
some other date. Fine. Effect. Now what we can do, we can write loop at, this is the syntax for loop statement. For this is also a kind of loop, uh, which will iterate most commonly used, this statement loop for the iteration purpose. This is also a loop which we are going to use many times. Do and while is also loop. In fact, that is in fact the actual loop, do and while. But most of the time you will be seeing that this loop statement will be getting used most. This loop at lt underscore mara into ls underscore mara. What we do, uh, when we are processing the record, at that time we take the record into an structure, so that we can process the record. We cannot process the record without taking into the structure. So one by one record will be copying into this structure. This is our table, and one by one record will be coming to this structure, and then with the help of this structure we can manipulate this structure and we can go ahead. So loop at lt underscore mara into this structure. So nowadays means 7.4 is supporting this ls mara. We don't have to require, uh, we don't have to declare separately. Before to this 7.4, what we used to do, so the earlier code, you can find ls underscore mara, type this ts underscore mara. Now this is the structure. So before to esp 7.4, such kind of declaration you will be seeing before 7.4, but nowadays developer is using this because this doesn't require extra effort to write this structure.
Okay. So basically, you define a structure, then
Mm-hmm.
you make that into a table,
Mm-hmm.
right? So structure is basically an array, right?
Structure is not an array.
It's not.
uh,
Oh, so structure is
uh,
basically you're defining the
Table, yeah, a
sorry.
structure, just I want to show you, the structure is like this. uh, we have table and we have a structure. So table, this table holds the data. Table will be holding the data. Suppose in table we have some field, so
Mhm.
this will be holding the data. So for better understanding, let keep put here, and margin center table, field 1, field 2, field 3. So this field is suppose counter. So this one, 2, and this is suppose name, ram 1, ram 2, and fine. So this is our table means it will contain some data, it will be having some data, that is the table. But in a structure, in this structure, a structure doesn't contain the data. A structure is just for a random purpose. A structure in SAP ABAP, this structure at the runtime it will hold the data once at a time, and it will be also having the same field. This structure will be also having the same field. But why we use the structure one by one? When we put the loop at this table into this structure, then it will copy the data into this structure in first iteration of the loop and take this data into this. And suppose if you want to modify this field, field 2 at place of Ramon, suppose if we want to uh, put Mohan, so what we have to do, a structure hyphen field 2. This is the syntax which we have to use for modification, and we can write here Mohan. So what it will do, it will modify the statement, this at place of Ramon, now it will come Mohan. And now suppose if you want to modify this table, so now this is possible. So we have one another syntax, modify this table from this structure. So here now it will put Mohan. We cannot directly modify this table. Suppose we want to modify the field 2, this first record Mohan. Here if you want to put at place of Ramon Mohan, then we cannot directly do into this table. We have to take this first record into this structure, and then in this structure
Modify
uh,
it and then put it back into the table. Okay.
correct, yeah, this is the way. That's why we are using this structure. This is the use of our structure. And actually this is the internal table. In fact, this is lt underscore mara is internal table. So just to understand, actually I was thinking to explain this one is later, but I think this is the best place where I can explain it to make the understanding better. Fine. So lt underscore mara, and this is the internal table. So what is the difference between table, means the physical table, like this is the mara going to the SC11, this mara and this lt underscore mara. So the difference between the internal table and the actual table or physical table is that the lt underscore mara contains the data at the runtime only. As soon as the session of the program vanishes, the lt underscore mara also vanishes. It does not
Oh,
exist
okay.
anymore. Okay,
The
but
table
this
the table
mara,
is lost
yeah, lt underscore mara contents will be lost.
because it's a structure. So that wait a
No,
minute. Type standard
yes,
type
lt
table
underscore
of
lost.
okay
Yes, because this is the internal, so it
internal
will
table.
lost. And this yeah, structure is also temporary. Both is temporary. Internal table and structure both is temporary. It works during the runtime only. So what we do, suppose we have to do some modification in this physical table, so we have to create the same kind of internal table. So here we don't have to create this type. Okay, we don't have
Hmm.
to create this type. We have to write here lt underscore mara type a standard table of uh, just comment it, control D, it will copy the existing statement, and here I am going to modify mara. So see, if you see here, this mara is having this definition. So this definition is having the component MANDT, MATNR, ERSTA, ERNAM, LAEDA. Many components are here, so it's like more than 100 components are here. 248, you can see here 248 fields are here in Mara table. So when we declare like this LT underscore Mara type standard table of Mara, it again at the runtime when we run the program, this LT underscore Mara will be having 248 component at the runtime. Okay,
Okay.
and yeah, and suppose if we want to modify any of this field content, suppose in this Mara, uh, if you want to modify this, the first one AEP20 AENAM is there. If you want to modify this content, suppose my name is Pankaj, if I want to put the Pankaj here, then for that what we have to do, we have to put select star. I'm going to modify the table, so I'm selecting all the at least we have to select the Mattner and this field because we have to modify this one. But since we are going to modify this table Mara, so we have to select all the entry, select a star into table LT underscore Mara up to 10 rows, because I know that in up to 10 rows it should come, first 10 entry will come, that's why I'm writing here up to 10 rows, or we have to select all the entry. Or suppose if you already know the key field, this key field you are going to modify, then you can copy it here and just I'm going to comment it. Up to 10 rows is not required here, where Mattner equal to this. So now it will select only the single row because only one criteria will be matched. This key field, key field will be having one unique entry. So only 123 number material will be copied into this. And now what we will do, loop add this into this, and ls underscore Mara will be having component called LAEDA. So I will write LAEDA equal to uh, my name is Pankaj, so I'm going to put it here, Pankaj, and you can write here modify LT underscore Mara, because you have to modify this LT underscore Mara also. Modify LT underscore Mara from ls underscore Mara. This structure is now modified with this Pankaj, and now you have to modify this table. So now this table is modified, and end loop is now ended. Now you have to use the OpenSQL to modify your Mara. So what you will write here, modify Mara from LT underscore Mara. So now what it will do, it will update this value as Pankaj. So let us uh, check. TS Mara is unknown. Yes, we don't require as of now. Data is not possible in this position. Loop at into why? Okay, fine. I think this is not supported by this version. So what we can do, at the rate of data, we can use the explicit declaration. I don't want to disturb the previous one. Mara. So I have created one structure. This is called work area. The structure is also called a work area. Internal table, and this is a work area. Modify Mara from LT underscore Mara. You connect this internal table as work area. From table we have to write. Yes, fine. Activate it. So because you have to use every time this debugger in your support project, so just put the breakpoint here and check how the program is running.
Okay.
This parameter is not required. So select a star into LTMara where this matter is equal to this. So here the size of RC is equal to 4. Size of RC equal to 4 means it didn't select any statement, a record. So now the question is why it didn't select any record. So let me check. Copy it. Go here. Paste Mara. Now, here it's selecting, but there why it is not selecting. That is the question. Fine. Effect. So let us check with this, making like this, because Matner is a character field and I was using as an integer. This if you see the Matner is a character field, right?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and earlier I was using as an integer, so that may be one reason. Let us check if it is working. This is not required. Yeah, this time it is working fine. You can see here size of RC is 0. Size of RC is 0 means execution is successful. Okay.
Okay.
Last time, yeah,
It
last
was
time
4.
if you have observed it was 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now you can see here one record is coming. See, this is the record is coming. So all the record from that table is coming because I have
Okay.
used select star. Fine. So this is our internal table LT underscore Mara, and this is our work area. Work area is, see, structure is showing here. This is empty right now. This is empty. This is the initial value. So date data type is having the initial value is this. That's why 000 is coming. So the first record will be copied in the first iteration. This is our first iteration. So if you check here, there are two important uh, system field. One is Tabix and another one is index. Site Tabix and site index. So site Tabix shows you the current record of the table. So this is the first iteration of the table, first record of the table. That's why site Tabix is 1. So
Okay.
in first record, yeah, ls Mara LEDA, if you check, this is the value LEDA. So when we will put this Pankaj, I think it will give dump because this is the integer value LEDA. I was supposed to take some other thing. I don't know why I have taken this one. LEDA is the last date of last change. This is the date field. So it should give the dump. I was supposed to take this one. I should take this one. ERNAM. Okay. I took this one by mistake. I was supposed to take either this AENAM because this will be a character field, or ERNAM. This is also a
Okay.
character field. If you go here
Okay.
and ERNAM, this is a character field, and EANAM, this is also character field. So I could have taken this one. See, check if this works. Yes, it's working. I don't know how it is working. Let us check if record is modified. And ENAEDA, some AJ Pankaj PN. So actually why it
Yeah.
is working? Because date is also a kind of character field. Date
Character field.
is,
Okay.
yeah, date is also a type of character field. That's why it is taking. Otherwise, it wouldn't be taking. So
Okay.
uh, actually, I was not supposed to that. I was supposed to that AENAM. So
Hmm.
let's go back and put AENAM here. Yes. And earlier also we have to correct the uh, what that was, LAEDA. So make me copy of this one, ANM, ANM, right? So I think this was, let me copy this one. Fine, fine. Activate it, run it. Every time this parameter is coming, it is not required. Let us comment this one. Activate it. Activated. Nice. Now
Hmm.
effect. Now it will not show the parameter on selection screen. It will directly come to the debugger. Fine. Due to this
Yes.
statement earlier, it was coming to the selection screen. It was asking for the
Yes.
input, but we don't
Yes.
require the input as of now.
Hmm.
So see this size of our siege for still after execution of this statement.
Hmm.
That means we have one record.
Okay.
We have one record. Yes.
Hmm.
Actually, this is a scenario of test system. Test system is not good in, means good enough. So here, if we can see, it is showing Pankaj, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Because I have modified earlier. Hmm? But here, if you
Yeah.
see, it is showing like this, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So I will show why it is why it is showing like this. Actually, this is the external conversion. This is called the external conversion. If you go to settings and put the parameter and click over this format include conversion exit, then it will show you the internal conversion. So go here, click over here, find ABAP 20 ERNAM, that conversion utility settings, uh, basic settings, user parameters include conversion exit, field label is 16. Still it is showing like this. I'll check why. Actually, here if you are able to see, this is showing in Pankaj, right? Correct,
Yeah.
which we used earlier.
Hmm.
The reason behind that is because we have modified with this. So internally it is Pankaj, but here This is the when we are using the conversion exit, that exit is there, that is a routine which internally converts the value, and it shows in the date format, because
Is it because the
what it
commit
is,
is not is it because the database is not committed yet?
no, actually what it is doing, I have supplied from their Pankaj, right?
Hmm.
Pankaj
But
earlier.
you are changing it to the
Yeah.
date, right?
Yes. So first four character it has taken PANK as year,
That
and
that
second,
is from
yes,
user preference. Yes.
yes, that's why it is showing like this. But here, as here, I have given Pankaj. That's why here it is taking as in this format, Pankaj.
Yes.
Fine. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, you got right.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So here I'm going to modify as it was earlier and what I was expected. I was willing to change the name,
Hmm.
so it will modify.
Sure.
As you
Um.
told that without commit statement, how it is working, you might be thinking I have not written here any explicit commit statement. Then how still it is working, right? So I will tell you.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, actually, whenever one session ends, what happens in ABP?
Commit happens by itself.
Yes. Whenever one session changes into the another session, or whenever a screen gets changed, at that time implicit commit automatically happens. That's why we are able to see here that
Okay.
uh, yes. So see here now, Pankaj has come, and whatever we
Yes.
have supplied on that, actually this is not coming in proper
Correct
format,
format.
because
Yeah, but
yeah,
that's fine.
we are supposed to do like this. We are supposed to do 2004, 2004, then 03 or 01, something like that. We are supposed to do.
Okay.
First, we have to give year, then month, then date. Okay,
Sure.
then it will take in the correct format.